Hi folks, this is Jason. Hope you're okay today. I just want to talk about, a couple of people. I won't name their names who've been commentating. One guy's had a bit of a spat with me, about history and the Gospels are biased, and it's in relation to Karen Armstrong, a pretty considerable scholar. She made a comment in her book that the Gospels were biased and not like scientific objective history. My point there, which the atheist didn't realise, is what I'm trying to say is all history is biased, and modern historians are biased. There is no such thing as objective scientific history. Every historian, whether ancient or modern, is biased. What that means is doesn't mean say that we can't know what history is. Doesn't mean say that we can't know facts of history. But what it does mean is that presuppositions do play a considerable part in how we read history and how we write history. When we write history, whether it be the Gospels, whether it be a Roman historian, whether it be a Richard Carey or a Licona, we all will bring a certain agenda to it. Now that doesn't mean to say we can't know what the history is that you've written, but what it does mean is that we have to come with exceedingly as best we can critical thinking when we're examining history. So for example, Josephus writing on the history of the Jews, he had a bias, he was doing it on behalf of the Roman Empire, but that doesn't mean to say that we can't know about Jewish history from Josephus. What it means that we have to reflect whether Josephus is using the sources correctly and whether his agenda has impacted the source material. And that's all we have to do. But it doesn't mean to say that his conclusions are invalid. It just means that they are coloured, and we have to work through that to see if he is being faithful to the source material. So saying that the Gospels are biased is just admitting just an historical fact about historiography from ancient times to modern times. There have been Marxist historians, Hegelian historians, modernist and postmodernist, feminist, Christian, Islamic, all sorts of different historians. We just have to be aware, critically aware of our bias. It's as simple as that. And my point is that Karen Armstrong was not aware of the critical bias, and the atheist is not aware that just because you have a bias doesn't mean to say that you can't do history and that you can't know historical facts in history. What it means is we have to pay close attention to our methodology and close attention to our agenda, and make sure as we look at the source material, either as we're investigating or as we're writing history, that our agenda is critically reflected on, and our methodology is critically reflected on. And whoever we're studying, if they're historians in another epoch, we have to consider their methodology and their source material and how that's impacted by their agenda. Simple. That is real history, folks. There is no such thing as scientific objective history. That was something that came out of the 19th century and has been debunked a long time ago. Okay? The second thing is another guy has gone on about, he has exposed me because I got my degree from Manchester University connected with the Nazarene Theological Seminary, and they can take people on who don't have any A-levels or whatever. The point is that Manchester University is one of the best universities in the world. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's well known for being one of the best universities in the world. And my degree is from there, okay? The fact that I have a degree from Manchester University, for someone who didn't have any qualifications, who didn't have who was expelled from school when I was a kid, shows you the determination and the hard work that I put into my degree. I did 4 years full time. I worked extremely hard. They do not give degrees away easily at the Nazarene Theological Seminary, believe you me. Some of the people who've worked at Nazarene Theological Seminary go around to the universities and theological departments assessing various departments, okay, and giving people writing reports on university departments around the country on whether their standards are high enough or not in terms of theology. So to attack the Nazarene Theological Seminary, which is an extremely well accredited and accepted theological seminary in the UK, perhaps one of the best theological seminaries in the UK for academic excellence, okay. Some of the best, brightest PhD students come to the Nazarene Theological Seminary studying in theology, and they are specifically world renowned in their scholarship concerning Wesley scholarship, okay, and that's because of the work that was done by Dr. McGonigal. So this attack on me and my degree, and because they allow people who don't have A-levels, is just a stupid attack, and you haven't exposed anyone. And Manchester University is a brilliant university, and it's world class, and that's my degree. That's who awarded my degree, and I had to sit in examinations. For example, I did a whole examination on Pannenberg, and I had to read the 3-volume work of Pannenberg. If you've seen Pannenberg, he is not easy. 3 volumes of his systematic theology and other works of Pannenberg, and that was just one exam. We had other exams as well, and they were very intense, and they were very hard, and they were not easy at all, okay. And on top of the exams, I also had to write a dissertation. I wrote a 10,000 word dissertation on new learning methods, psychological learning methods in psychology, and preaching, and how preaching could relate to the new learning methods, psychological learning methods in education. And I'm not just saying it, but I am an expert, and I'm not just saying it, I am an expert in the history of preaching, and I've read most of the books on preaching, on how to preach, on homiletics. I could name loads of books that I had to read for that dissertation. So the attack on my degree and me is just ridiculous, and I just think that it's just despicable that you could even go there. You know, deal with the scholarship, deal with my videos arguing for the resurrection, the books that I do, but trying to undermine me that way just won't work. And also, I have done 3 to 4 years at Luther King House at MA level. Luther King House is well known in the UK of being one of the most avant-garde and leading educators in theology in the UK, and they are accredited with Manchester University as well, okay. I've explained the details about my Luther King studies, but they are a top class academic institution. They are really, really top class. They are way ahead of any theological seminary or university in theology department in their cutting edge research and in their work that they do, in their education program, etc. Okay, so I that's enough of that. I find that kind of attack very distasteful. And I mean, take Fitzgerald for example. He's one of your scholars. He only has a BA degree. Take Doughty, Earl Doughty, who's written the Jesus Puzzle. He only has a degree. These people are renowned and well known amongst atheists, and I'm more qualified and more educated in these topics that they're talking about than they are, and yet you will not have academic debates with me. You're not being fair, you know. Your attack's it's just way off line, way off beam. I'm not going to say anymore. I had to block an atheist today. Someone attacking me, making comments, said they're going to see me in Manchester and all the rest of it. I want to talk to people and debate with people and discuss with people, but you got to talk to me with respect. If you don't talk to me with respect, then I don't want to talk to you. Okay, just leave me alone. So that atheist, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. It's as simple as that. Yeah, so those are some issues that I just wanted to bring up, really. Yeah, thank you.